The Patriots are one of the teams that had been linked to Lamar Jackson. Rob Ninkovich, who played for the Patriots, was on ESPN recently, and anytime he starts throwing theories around, it's hard not to think he's getting something from someone in the building. So yesterday, Robert Kraft, when speaking to reporters, said that Meek Mill had texted Kraft a couple of days ago. Kraft was involved in getting Meek Mill out of jail a few years back. He and Michael Rubin of Fanatics, so there's a close relationship there. Meek Mill texted 3 or 4 days ago to say Lamar Jackson wants to be a Patriot. Kraft said that's Bill Belichick's decision. Belichick was asked about Lamar, and Belichick refused to go there. He refuses to ever talk about any player who's on another team, even though, as of right now, Lamar Jackson is on no team. Lamar Jackson has no contract with any team. But Belichick's always had this weird thing about the franchise tag. If he has a player who's under the franchise tag, or if there's a player from another team under the franchise tag, he refuses to talk about a possible trade. He refuses to say anything.
Yeah, he's old school.
And that
he
is
still
him
thinks
being,
they're part of their
that's
team.
him being, right. Yeah. That's him being far more cautious than he needs to be, because he is allowed to talk about Lamar Jackson. But he believes in his mind he can't, because he's still the contractual property of the Ravens, even though he isn't. So we don't know what the Patriots are thinking here. We know Kraft's position is that's Bill's call. We don't know what Bill wants to do, because he refuses to even start down that path.
Well, I mean, yeah. Do we know, or do we know, though? I mean, let me say this. Let me just lay it out here for you, and then you can tell me if you know. Does this sound like a Patriot thing? 3 first-round picks, some other picks, and the greatest contract ever for one player under Bill Belichick. Do you think that's something he'll do? Does that sound like Bill wouldn't pay $8 million to Tom Brady when he had 3 Super Bowl rings? So do you really think he'd do that? I mean, this would have to be a Mr. Kraft move. It doesn't seem like a Patriot type of thing. And then here we are. We always talk about the Patriots, Mike, and I think Bill has great respect for Lamar. How can you not? But again, it goes into a little too far down the road here. You know, I think they've already, this is where we're going this year for the 2023 season. You know, the teams are starting to formulate the direction in which they want the franchise to go. And, yeah, it just doesn't seem like a Patriot type of move to me.
Well, and also when you listen to, and I'm scanning through the rundown here, we got so much on today's show. I don't know if we have a separate section on this, frankly, and I just skimmed it as quickly as I could. Kraft's full press conference in Arizona.
Yeah.
He's asked at one point if Bill Belichick is guaranteed a job in 2024. And I'm paraphrasing, but this was the message. You've had losing records 2 of the last 3 seasons. Can Bill survive another one? As he tries to catch Don Shula for the all-time coaching wins record. And Kraft's response to me was incredibly telling, because he never says, are you nuts? Bill on the hot seat? Bill, anything other than the coach of this team? When you listen to question and answer, it's clear that there's pressure on Belichick. Now, what does that mean? Would it cause him to make an all-in move? Would it cause him to mortgage the future if the future isn't guaranteed to him? Interesting concepts here. Power struggles at play, not all that far below the surface. And Kraft likes to say, I let Bill make the decisions. So I could see Belichick look at this and say, I don't care about throwing away future draft picks if I'm not going to be here. I'll go ahead and get Lamar, save my ass this year, and worry about 2024 when 2024 comes. Now, Chris, that all presupposes the Ravens would do it. That's the other side of this.
Yeah.
The Patriots could want to do it, want to give him anything they want. Pay Lamar, give him all the draft picks they want. And it very well may be the Ravens say, we're not trading this guy to the Patriots. We hate the Patriots.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. You're right. That's a real aspect there for sure. That'd be one team that I'd go, I don't know if they'd actually would, or they will match that offer if that offer ever comes from New England. I do think it's bad blood there for sure. But, yeah, it does not seem like a typical Patriot type of move. Maybe if Mr. Kraft gets involved here and he knows something that we don't know, and he knows this might be Bill's last year or something like that, maybe he would get involved. But that doesn't seem like a Patriot Bill Belichick type of move, at least not right now from what we've seen in the last 23, 24 years.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.